As the last match showed, it takes some doing to beat some of the game's veterans. Lee Van Cortese with bags of experience, and that's why he's doing so well here in Hanoi at the Mansion Sports Hanoi Open Pool Championship. Cortese coming through 9-2 against Landon Hollingsworth. Over on table 2, Mickey Kraus, the recently crowned European Open champion, trying his very best to overcome what was a really slow start against Raymond Farion of the Philippines. Farion in front 6-5, but his lead was much more substantial than that. So maybe Kraus can pull himself out of trouble. As for our next match, well, it features someone who is in trouble. Eklent Kaçi. We saw him suffer a very surprising defeat yesterday on the main table. That's why he's on the one-loss side of the draw, taking on Vietnamese opposition again in Nguyen Hien. Now, I was just talking about veterans and how they're very accomplished at the game with all of their knowledge, and I've got a veteran who's still very much in this tournament. He's through to winners' qualification and going nicely. Imran Majid, welcome.
Good afternoon, guys. Pleasure to be in the box with you, Phil.
I think for Eklent, it's not exactly a pleasure to be on the one-loss side, but it would be very surprising to me if he were to repeat what was an astoundingly bad performance yesterday. For someone so good to play like he did, I was astonished.
I didn't actually see the match, Phil, but I saw the last rack when he tried to snooker his opponent, and he left a 3-9 combination, or 3 or 4-9 combination, which was quite unlucky. But you say it's a shock, but there's so many great players out here from all around Asia. In a short race to 9, I don't think anything's a shock.
Yes, in terms of career accomplishments, yes, but Lo Van Swan, who beat Kaçi 9-7, did play some really good shots actually at opportune moments, but Kaçi's propensity for mistakes was much higher than normal. Mistakes in all departments as well, actually. Safeties, positional play. He missed a few pots we didn't expect, including quite a short-range 9 ball in the 5th rack, I recall. So basically he started off with a 9-1 win over Duong Minh Tien, but then suffered that defeat by Lo Van Swan. As for Nguyen Hien, he lost his first match 9-4 to Nguyen Duc Thang, but then came back with an 8-6 win over Nguyen Huong Phong. That was a real battle which took quite some time, and so because we're on the one-loss side, having seen all of those matches over the last couple of days, which is a race to 9, it's now a race to 8, and so even shorter.
Yeah, the loser side is race to 8, pretty cutthroat. 2 or 3 mistakes can be crucial. Going back to Kaçi, I think he's maybe took some time out over the last couple of months. I speak to him quite regularly. I mean, he's in the Reyes Cup, he's in the Moscone Cup, so he doesn't really have to play too many tournaments, you know, the smaller events. So I think that's what's the case here.
Yeah, 3 or 4 months of inactivity will leave anyone rusty, even someone as good as Big Eklent. Now that lag is pretty close.
Yeah, nothing in it there.
So close, I couldn't really tell, could you?
No, it's like, yeah, the human eye couldn't tell there, definitely.
Now, one question that Kaçi was asking, is there a shot clock? And the answer to that is yes. All matches on the main table have a 30-second shot clock with one 30-second extension per player per rack. You won't see graphics on your screen as normal, but there is an official there counting when he gets to 10 and 5.
That was a pretty good break. It's just unlucky not to have a shot here. Nearly made the 9, made the 1 ball. All he's left with is safety shot. I don't know much about this guy, but he seems like a pretty good player. You can almost tell when they get down and start cueing the ball, and you can tell by their break as well, so seems to be a pretty good stick.
Yeah, the same thing applied in our match 2 ago, if you like, centre stage, when Nguyen Hien, a youngster, he ran Ko Pin close. 9-7 it was for Ko, and it might well have been Hill, but Nguyen missed quite a simple 6 ball.
Is that how you pronounce it, Phil? Nguyen, when it's Nguyen?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's
okay.
a really common name in Vietnam, as you know.
Absolutely. You see it everywhere, don't you?
And here's the segue. As you are saying that, another win is through. Nguyen Bui Trung, who beat Yuya Tanaka in 9-8. And the reason I'm saying that is because that win is the man who you play next.
Okay. Interesting. Kaçi's got a kick here and 2-9 combination. I think he'll go close. Sizing it up now. That's unlucky. To make contact with the 2 and not even hit the 9 is pretty unlucky there. Good effort.
That would have been synergy because, of course, he lost the match last night when his opponent escaped from a hook and knocked in a 5-9 combo, 2 cushions first.
Exactly. Yeah, a similar shot. Now this is a tester. It's got to stay down on this one. Yeah, kind of played it half-heartedly. Does Kaçi have a go at the bank here? It looks pretty set. No. Oh, he had to go at the 9. Okay, clever shot because he put the object ball safe and it was like a free shot. Good thinking.
Tell you one thing we can say without fear or favour, the general standard of the Vietnamese entry in this year's event has definitely improved from 12 months ago.
Absolutely, I see that as well. They've improved their break and they're not missing as many balls from what I see. I mean, with the 4,000 pool rooms in Hanoi, which are full every day, and I hear some of these guys are playing 7-8 hours a day. The pool rooms are packed. There's like 100 tables in a pool room and there's a waiting list. Figure that one out. Oh, lovely shot. Nicely controlled.
Yeah, it's hard to fully articulate the explosion in interest in pool in this particular part of the world. Hanoi must be one of the great pool hotbeds now, and maybe 5 years ago, no one really knew.
Never heard of Hanoi, yeah, until 2 years ago. Yeah, definitely the pool capital of the world now, I would say. That was a lucky roll. Kaçi's going to go airborne. Does he try and bank it into the 5 corner? One rail bank and try and make the 5. Well, it's not easy to get over the 7. There's not much distance there. I reckon he's going to have a go. Yeah, see, he's caught the 7 there. And Kaçi's pretty good at the jump shot usually. Great chance for Nguyen to get the first rack. I do like these tables, Phil. Very nice. Tight pockets, 4-inch pockets, and they run so well.
Jeremy Jones was saying earlier on that he thought occasionally on this particular table it was prone to a big bounce off the cushion. Did you encounter that on your table?
No, not at all. Not at all. I've played on a couple of tables and they've played perfect.
More than a little movement in the upper body on that 6, but it just about struggled in anyway.
I tell you what happened earlier, Phil. I was playing my 10 o'clock round and you know, Efren's made an appearance, Efren Reyes, so he's walking around the arena and he stopped at my table and he goes, "Oh, Majid." And I said, "All right, hi Efren, I'm on the 8 ball, I'm running out." And I've kind of left myself dodgy on the 9, and then I know Efren's standing there with his entourage and I've missed the 9. He put me under pressure.
You can understand why Nguyen did not miss this 9, but of course he didn't have the world's greatest player looking over his shoulder.
Yeah, obviously I know Efren from back in the day. I'm pretty old school, he's old school, and we've played together quite a lot.
So tell us this then. How good was he?
Oh, he was amazing, Phil. Yeah, it's I really can't describe it because I have played him a few times and I really haven't had a go at the table. In Manila, maybe 10 or 11 years ago, he likes to play for $100 a set or some kind of stake on the game, and it was just me and Darren Appleton there, and he's beating me 9-2, Darren's 9-3, 9-2, 9-1. It was an absolute clinic. We were snookering him and he was just potting the ball, coming off 2-3 cushions every single time. It's the greatest pool I've ever seen, and you know, I've been around and worn the t-shirt. Out of this world, yeah, different planet.
And of course now, next week, it's phenomenal. He's got a tournament named after him, the Reyes Cup.
Yes. Yeah, looking forward to watching that on TV. Are you going there, Phil?
I am indeed. Can't wait, yeah. Of course, Eklent Kaçi's there as well, so if he were to be beaten early in this, it would not augur well for Team Europe. Captained, of course, by Carl Boys.
That's right. Have you been to Manila before?
Never been. I'm really looking forward to it.
I must have been there about 30 times. Back in the day, they used to have a lot of tournaments in Manila, and it's a shame it kind of died down.
Yeah, a little bit like Bangkok, Thailand for the snooker. I was the same, maybe 30 visits there for events over the years.
That's somewhere I've never been, is Thailand.
To be honest, there's a lot of parallels between Bangkok, Thailand with snooker in the early 90s and Hanoi with pool now. When we went over there and James Wattener was doing well, and he won back-to-back ranking events in the Thai capital, the interest in the game was off the scale. In fact, the viewing figures on TV one year, 20 million out of a population of 68 million watched the final.
Wow. a third of the... Oh no, he's not hooked himself.
And now basically you can see the same enthusiasm and the same love for a sport that's growing exponentially with 9-ball pool here in Hanoi.
Yeah, Kaçi disgusted with himself there. It looked like he did get a bit of a bounce off that rail. Nice kick shot. I think he's left a window. Looks like maybe not.
Yeah, the kick almost Efren-esque.
Yeah, looked like Kaçi did get a big bounce off that rail. You might be right, Phil. There's might be bouncy rails on this TV table.
Yeah, I think it scuppered Shane van Boning earlier on more than one occasion.
Yeah, he can get through between the 5 and 6. Wow. That was a nice shot. Better than it looked. He looks like a decent player, this guy. Kaçi's got to watch it. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, it does get down quite quickly and play the shots, so maybe when he gets a little more nervous, a few gremlins could creep in, but at the moment, the outsider is 3 balls away from leading 2-0.
A little bit of draw back into the middle of the table. It's underhit it a little bit. Would have liked to be straighter. Can draw off the side rail, but has to get into this cue ball. Could even play it in the side pocket. Yeah, like that. But he didn't get into the cue ball. Now this is a tester.
Just got a feeling this one's going to go astray.
Good call, Phil. And he's not left it easy by any means.
He's not having a good run of the ball as he Kaçi at the moment.
No. Big deep breath there from the big man. This is a horrible shot, especially on the bumblebee. We call the 9 the bumblebee. It's 2 different colours, yellow and black. You've got to really pick your point on the 9 ball here. Not easy by any means.
Nguyen has missed the 9 on one occasion, but I fancy him to knock this one in.
Oh, he's not scratched, has he? Oh, has he? Oh no! How's Kaçi's luck in this match so far? Brutal.
Now, I must admit to sitting here laughing, and then I thought, if Eklent could see me, I wouldn't laugh. I'd be very serious.
You know the terminology for that?
Well, jawed, angled,
Titty hooked.
like it.
Oh my God, and he's missed that by a whisker. He was so close to hitting that ball. It's just, how's it gotten around the back of it?
How often do you win a rack when you have your 3rd attempt to pot the 9 ball? Well, what an eventful end to the rack there. Nguyen to Hien, 2-0 up on Eklent Kaçi, whose visit to the Vietnamese capital isn't going well at all. And he's not the only big name who's encountering issues. On the winner's side in the second round, trying to get to winner's qualification, Nicky Kraus was 8-6 down to Raymond Farian. Now, though, it's just gone 8-7. You can see that match on the Matchroom Multisport YouTube channel on table 2. Albert Manis, highly thought of youngster from the Philippines. He's leading his fellow countryman, John Carlo Miraflor, 7-4 on table 14. Elliot Sanderson had a sizable lead over Kuo Shan Wei on table 12. Now, though, that lead has shrunk to only 7-6. Nguyen Van Sin and the Ngok Wei 7-7. And Duong Qua Quang, the most famous of the Vietnamese players, he's 8-5 up on the hill against Nguyen Kong Huang. And they're the only winner's side matches left to be completed.
Another very nice break by Nguyen. Looked like the cue ball was going to scratch there and the 4-ball stopped it. This not looking good. I don't think he's on this 4-ball. He might have to kick it in one rail. I tell you what, he's 2-0 up, but I still fancy Kaçi to win this match. Kaçi's seen some unforced errors that, you know, a top player wouldn't make. I think he likes it. Oh, that was a good effort. Yeah, I think Kaçi likes it. I bet Nguyen doesn't get to 6 racks.
Yeah, because the law of averages states that you can't keep riding your luck. You just can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is bouncing very pingy.
I think that was the most notable one of the lot.
Yeah. He didn't hit that very hard at all, and it went to the length of the table and then back into the middle, so 1.5 lengths of the table. But he'll make the adjustment, he'll get used to it after a couple of racks. Slightly off angle here. He needs to play a good shot. Ideally he wants to be straight on the 8-ball, and he's got a bit of angle on this 7, so he might have to spin this in with outside right spin to get into past the middle of the table. Like this, he wants to be straight. Okay, so I think he's going to go around the houses, make the 8-ball and go 1, 2, 3 rails and play the 9 in the opposite corner. Unless he's rolling it. Yep. Nicely done.
Yeah, the inbuilt issue with playing a shot like that, the more distance you're taking the cue ball, the more chance of a misjudgment. But that was on the nose, and Eklent Kaçi is now on the board, trailing 2-1. You want to see the odd upset, the odd surprise result in these tournaments early on, because it is good to see some of the top guys fighting for their lives, because if you lose 2 matches, of course, that means you go home. There's no more safety net for Kaçi. There is for Kraus because he's on the winner's side. But he's just a rack away from defeat.
And it's quite a big match for Kraus. I mean, big tournament for Kraus. There's something to do with the Mosconi. If he goes deep, he'll get in, or something like that.
That's right, yeah. Well, he's already in the Reyes Cup, of course.
Yeah.
So I think he would like a confidence-boosting outcome here, if only for that. But you're right, it's double bubble.
I do know his opponent, Raymond Farron. Yeah. Okay, I like watching the Kaçi break. Monster break here from the big guy. Oh, open bridge. I've never seen him do that. He's not closing his bridge. Okay, okay.
He seemed genuinely shocked.
Yeah. Usually we're used to seeing him hit them 200 miles an hour with a closed bridge and really put some power into there. There he was like 70% on the power, I think. But what a nice break.
I think it's fair to say in that defeat he suffered against Lo Van Swan yesterday, his break was in and out. Sometimes it was fine, other times just wasn't working at all.
Oh, the bounce got him again. He only touched that ball and the back rail just pinged like a pinball machine.
Yeah, from what I've seen, I think it is the two short rails, not the side rails.
He was perplexed. Nice containing safety. But Nguyen can slice this 3-ball into the 8 and return a nice snooker himself. I believe he can see the left-hand edge of it. And get his cue ball somewhere where it is now. Nice flick off the 9. Maybe Kaçi can go rail first with a lot of left-hand spin here. Try and make the 3-ball, maybe. And if not, it should go safe like that. So it's 2 in 1 shot. It's partially snookered Nguyen. I think Nguyen can clip the red 3 on the right-hand side and maybe make the 8-ball. I don't see any other play here. Yeah, you got to have a go at this 8-ball, I think. And he slaps it into the pocket. Nicely executed. It's got a decent shot on the 3 as well. Lost the cue ball a little bit there as well.
Yeah, that cushion's flying, isn't it?
Yeah. I might tell Marcel, maybe get someone to have a look at that. He's a little bit straight here, might have to follow. He's going to have to put some power into this shot, yeah. Top left on the cue ball, he hit that 11 o'clock on the cue ball. Not his intended position, but he'll take it. Looks like a good potter. Maybe this cue ball could be better, but
as for table 2, Raymond Farron on the brink of victory.
Oi!
Oh, the 9 ball is missed. Not by Nguyen, though, who takes a 3-1 lead. Mickey Krause must have thought he was going to be sent to the one-loss side there. What a mistake from Raymond Farion.
For such a great player like Raymond to miss a 9 ball like that, that's quite shocking.
And Krause tidies up, so Hill, and of course with the winner breaks format, Krause gets to break off in the deciding rack, having dodged a bullet.
Very much so. I mean, Raymond could have that 500 times and then put it 500 times. It's funny what pressure can do to you.
By the way, Elliot Sanderson is letting me down, you know. We know him as the shouter. He's just won 9-6 against Kuo Shan Wei, and yet I didn't hear a shout at all. Normally, you can hear it from 3 miles away.
Another pretty good break. Not sure if he's got a shot on this 2 ball. It's tight. Looks like he can get through to it, but it's pretty straight and has to manufacture position here. I can't see Kaçi going for this 2 ball. Maybe he's going to play safe. Or
Not happy with something, Eklent Kaçi. I think he's not happy with a lot of things, actually. Top of the list being in this predicament.
yeah, not a happy chappy. I mean, he shouldn't go for the 2 ball because it's low percentage and he doesn't have shape on the 3. But I can't see obvious safety shot here. Might have to manufacture something. Or is he hitting it straight in the face? And yeah, like that, going for the bank. See, if he didn't get the bank, he could have gone safe. And he's, ooh, lucky boy there.
Yeah, on that particular shot, but I think overall, if you went up to him and said he's lucky at the moment, I don't think he'd agree with you.
To be fair, he has had the worst of it so far in this match, so he deserves a little roll here and there.
And when you miss a 9 ball to win a match.
Another good bank. Is he snookered behind the 9? It just creeps past. He's got a shot, you know.
When you miss a 9 ball to win a match, you are so often punished, and that was the case with Raymond Farion. Mickey Krause winning the decider. He comes through by 9 racks to 8. Raymond.
Wow. He won't sleep tonight in a hurry. Struggling a bit is Eklent. You're right, Phil. Now he needs to go around the houses again, and he needs to negotiate a path between the 8 and 9, or he has to miss some traffic as well coming round the table. Oh, this looks lovely. What a great shot. Absolutely on a dime. That should boost his confidence a bit. Yeah, I've got to say he's adjusted to the speed of the table, because that last positional shot where he went around the table was absolutely perfect.
Yes, and metaphorically, I think Kaçi is now getting his feet under the table. He trails only 3-2. No need to panic whatsoever. By the way, on the winner's side, only one match left to be completed in winners round 2. It involves, on table 15, Duong Kwok Wang, this year's Scottish Open champion, who in fact, as I'm speaking, has just completed a 9-6 win over Nguyen Kong Hwang. So Duong, who will be on the Asian team at the Reyes Cup next week, he's through to winners qualification, and that round is now complete. So all of the matches out there, and there are plenty of them, they're all on the losers' side. In fact, the vast majority are in the second round of losers. The winner of this match will go forward to play Alvin Anggito or Jake Newlev next. Well, Anggito from Indonesia leads that one 3-1. Kuo Po Cheng, a well-known player from Chinese Taipei, on the loser's side, 2-1 up against Jericho. Nguyen Antoine, well known here in the fine country of Vietnam, one of their best players. He's 1-1 with William Ang. Jundel Mazon from the Philippines, he leads fellow countryman Ronald Nalaunen by 4-0. And Marcel Price coming here all the way from Wales. 3-1 down to Ahmed Tawfiq. Now I think a lot of talk here about the table maybe the balls also, because Ben Taylor Fuente, the referee, is in there giving all of them a clean. Maybe they're trying to mitigate those big bounces we've seen.
Yeah, something's definitely wrong with the balls or the table. I'm not quite sure what, but maybe Eklent suggested, shall we clean the balls and see if it cancels out the big bounces. Could maybe wipe the rails down, or it could be some dirt on the cue ball or the ball, so let's wait and see. It's not nice when you have big bounces. It kind of throws you off, and you lose a bit of confidence with your cue ball.
Yeah, especially if the bounces are inconsistent, because then you're not quite sure what to do.
Good point, Phil. Okay, good break, and has got a very tough shot on the 2. This is a tester. But if anyone can, Kaçi can. Doesn't have to go for it. Has got a safety behind the 7 as well. Can put the 2 to the short rail and go behind the 7. But I think he's going to fire at it. He's not one to shy away from long shots.
He just can't get anything going, can't get any sustained flow.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of Nguyen getting some luck, some lucky rolls, and the funny bounces on the table. It's kind of thrown him off a bit.
And I think in terms of his lack of tournament play in recent months, you have to say he's undercooked.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, there's no substitute for being on the competition side of things. You know, getting into the zone. A lot of players came here from the Hanoi Open, which was in Da Nang, about an hour's flight away. A pretty big tournament over there. So a lot of players are in match mode, if you like. Eklent seems to be in home mode or relaxing mode.
But you know, if he can battle through this round and a couple more and get involved in the single elimination phase, then with a bit of pull in the arm and motivation, he could still be really dangerous. But it's about battling through this phase right now.
Yeah, great strike there, and he is going to have position. Nicely done. Yeah, that's what it's all about, Phil. Just grinding your way through these tough ones when things aren't going your way, and that's what makes a champion. And we all know he is a great champion. Gotta watch his cue ball here. I said that, and he's landed a little bit short. I do believe he was playing that in the corner. He should be able to chop this in the side, not a problem. Come around maybe 3 rails for the 6 in the same pocket.
The table really is lively. Not many positional shots are being left short, are they?
No, you kind of have to understroke it to get your cue ball in the desired position. Like, this doesn't look like it's going to get there, but it does. It just carries on going. Nice little bounce. He's straight. That's the last place he wanted to be. Now might have to put a power draw on this and screw back to right where he's standing, and also have some left-hand spin on it. So after it hits the short rail, it'll track towards the 8 ball. Yeah, see the spin taking effect, and the back rail has just caught him out again. He's just unbelievable how bouncy that is.
That's extraordinary.
It is.
Because it went onto that rail not very quickly at all.
No, and it's come off it like 3 times the speed. He's going to bank it and maybe go in. Yeah, good recovery. Great shot from Eklent. Yeah.
Maybe we've discovered what scientists have been trying to discover for eons: perpetual motion. Well, it's a perpetual battle at the moment for Eklent Kaçi, but at least now he's on level terms at 3 racks each. So Imran, you're getting ready for winners qualification tomorrow. What's the plan this evening?
Just like any other day. It's have a little bite to eat with my friends. There's 4 or 5 of us over from England, and we've been going to this Texas cowboy place near our hotel. They've got international food, and we've been going there a couple of nights, so it's yeah, quiet night with the boys.
And you're now into your 50s. You look remarkable, by the way, for it.
Oh, thank you.
Every time I look up your age, I'm very sceptical of the websites I'm on. Do you retain a love of the game still?
Absolutely. I wouldn't be here. I just love the competition. And see, I've played this game since the year 2000, and I've watched it change. This is like the new era. He's made the 9 on the break.
Wow,
Excellent.
how about that? Yeah, we were just talking about the golden era, and he produces a golden break. Kaçi in front, just like that.
He deserves it, to be fair. Everything's been going against him, and 9 ball straight in. Lovely jubbly.
One of those rare instances where the 7 ball goes into the pocket after the 9, and it's perfectly legal.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the era back in the day, and this is a totally new era now. Younger players, tighter equipment, different shafts, different cues, different tighter pockets. Back in the day, they were all big pockets and heavier balls, and you know, slower cloths. And you know, I've had to make the transition, and it's been quite an adventure. I do actually prefer it now than back in the day, because I come from a snooker background, so the tighter the pockets, you know, the better for me, I think.
So I'm just trying to do some maths. You say you've been playing 9 ball since the year 2000. So you must have been in your late 20s when you took it up.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, a friend of mine, Steve Knight, he was the UK #1 back in the day. May he rest in peace. He taught me, he showed me the ropes, took me to America, took me on the road, showed me how it's done. And yeah, I was a snooker player before that. And yeah, I played a couple of these tournaments, and I never looked back, thanks to Steve Knight. I like the travelling part. I do enjoy travelling, and with 9 ball you get to go to some lovely destinations worldwide. The best place for me where I played a tournament is in Hawaii, believe it or not. Right on the top of a mountain, the pool club there, Hawaiian Brian's it was called. Amazing place that was. But you know, Hanoi, Hawaii, Vegas, you name it. Yeah.
From Hounslow to Hawaii. And what do you think of the World 9 Ball Tour? I mean, I've got my thoughts on it. I think it's absolutely wonderful, and what Emily Fraser and the Matchroom team are doing. They work so hard. That's what impresses me. They never stop working to try and make pool a better sport and put it into a higher echelon, if you like.
Yeah, definitely. Emily and the team are very passionate about the game, and they do work very, very hard behind the scenes. And I mean, 3 or 4 years ago, I was thinking of packing it in, but now, you know, they've took it to a different scale. With the, you know, it's gone global, and the tournaments are bigger and better, and you know, awesome arenas, and it's getting more exposure than ever. So I've got my cue out, and there's something to practice for now. Before I was kind of going through the motions, you know, 3 or 4 tournaments every year, but now is a full calendar, and yeah, really enjoying it. Exciting stuff.
And of course, Imran, if you do really well over the next few months, there's always the possibility of playing for GB in the World Cup of Pool, because obviously Jason Shaw is right at the forefront of that. But, you know, the #2, who knows, you could get back in the side.
Yeah, hope to do so. And there's yeah, not just the World Cup of Pool, there's other invitational events as well, like the World Pool Masters, etc. But I've never played with Jason, and I would love to play with Jason, yeah.
Other players obviously in the mix would be Chris Melling, Elliot Sanderson, who we've just talked about, the shouter, Gary Wilson, who's come over from snooker and loves his pool. He might be in the shake-up as well. Now, over on table 2, a new match has begun. Aloysius Shap from Singapore against Luong Van Nam of right here in Vietnam. Tell you what, this match would do well to equal the drama of the previous one on table 2, and if you're just joining us, Raymond Farayan missed quite a simple 9 ball to beat Mickey Kraus 9-7. In the end, Kraus hugely relieved to come through 9-8.
Yeah, what a heartbreaker for Raymond there. Quite an elementary 9. I think he just might have took his eye off it, took it for granted, and lo and behold, at Hill, Mickey breaks and runs out. So must be a bit upset. There you can see Kaçi on table 1, checking the long rails, and looks like it's coming off twice the speed as it's going onto the rail.
Of course, it's no reflection on the equipment whatsoever, because these Rasson tables, as you say, are absolutely immaculate, beautiful to play on. But maybe the atmospherics or something like that.
Atmospherics, you hit the nail on the head. I think it could be under air conditioning or something like that.
I think it will be an ongoing tale as the match continues on.
Yeah, they should get the engineers to have a look at it after this match. Because it's quite strange why it's just the long rails, I mean the short rails and not the long rails. That's what I can't work out.
And as you said, Imran, your table, both of the tables you've played on, have been immaculate.
Absolutely pristine, and I've had heard no negative comments from any of the players. They're just loving it. Just seems to be this match table, really. Nice break from Kaçi. I do like his new break with the open bridge, and it seems to be a little bit more controlled. Maybe he tried the thunderous, incredible Hulk break at the beginning of the tournament and it wasn't working, so he took some power off, made the adjustment.
Yeah, I think he'd make a good Incredible Hulk. Mind you, when he was annoyed at the start of the match, he didn't go green, so maybe that's not up his street. Let's assume he wins this match. He'll have a tougher assignment next, because it looks like being Alvin Angito, who now leads Jake Newlove 6-1.
Yeah, looks like Kaçi is finding his groove here. He's slowing down a bit and just making sure of everything now. That's probably a wise choice. He's that good, he could probably run out without using the 2 short rails. You know, take them out the equation. I would think about that as well. Just use the long rails. Yeah, get low on it so you don't have to use the short rail. Yeah, clever thinking. It's a little bit thin, so he might choose to go around the table. Maybe. Okay, he's playing it with a high ball. Interesting to see. Does he play it in the side? Yeah, he's playing it in the side. Okay, now he's forced to use the short rail because he's got a bit of an angle on this. Let's see how he judges the speed of this short rail. Yeah, nicely judged.
Always better to be long than short there.
Yeah, definitely.
Into the pocket with gusto. That is 4 consecutive racks for Eklent Kaçi. He was 3-1 down. Now he's 5-3 ahead and looking like his old self. So let's run you through some losers' second round scores. Cho Shifan, 4-3 up on Chen Chen Wei. Chu Viet Huang, 5-4 over Jessen Marabi. Sharan Shakaran, 7-1 over Pham Dang Kai. Kuo Po Cheng, 4-1 over Jericho Jericho. Great name that, Jericho Jericho. On table 2.
Jericho as well.
Yeah, 2
Wow.
names of Jericho, yeah.
Amazing.
JJ, the second one we've got here in the world of 9-ball. The first rack on table 2 was fallen to Aloysius Yap over Luong Van Nam. He's another big name on the losers' side. So still plenty of pool to be played here on day 2.
Looks like he's going to get a nice rub on this too. Yeah, sets up nicely. Gotta say, Kaçi's getting some good shots after the break now. Very easy starter. 3 is hanging. Just gotta control that 3 ball getting on the 4 ball, because he's gonna have to use the short rail again here. Now let's see his speed control. So he wants to be center table. That'll do, slightly overrun, but that will do. Probably has to nudge into the 6 now. To hold for the 5. Or he could run through and get closer to the 5. He could play a lot top spin, but I would just settle for the longer shot on the 5 ball. Take the 4, nudge into the green 6 and be on the 5. Oh, I didn't even have to use the green, so he's in a nice position here. Just has to draw this back. Or is he going to stun it into the rail with some force? Yes, stun shot it is. Yeah, nicely played. Right, it's going to be in his mind, the short rail again, so he's calibrating his speed control here. Absolutely on a dime.
Suddenly the real Eklent Kaçi has emerged. It's 5 on the spin, and it is 6-3. Now over on table 23, there's a terrific story emerging. A lad called Ben Grady, who's a really good friend of mine. He does a lot of the videography for the World 9-Ball Tour, and indeed for snooker as well. He's a really skilled operator. If you see the openers we put out on our programmes, sometimes the what happened in the previous session, those kind of things. He was heavily involved in the editing and the putting together of that Jason Shaw documentary that aired on YouTube last year after this tournament. He's a very skilled individual. I didn't know at all, even though I know him well, that he played pool. When I saw he'd entered this, I thought, oh, lamb to the slaughter. Having seen him play a few racks, I realised he played the game really nicely. It's his World 9-Ball Tour debut. He's already won a match, and now he's 6-2 up on Nguyen Kaçi to make it into the next round on the loser side.
I did meet him in the practice area yesterday, and yeah, he seems like a great cueist. He does have a snooker background, and he cues the ball really sweetly. You've hit the nail on the head there. Yeah, very good player.
9-ball close to dropping into that same middle pocket again. Yeah, he's a really talented individual, Ben. He plays the guitar and sings, and
all right.
Yeah, multifaceted.
He's like from a Asian or Chinese descent, right?
He's Korean. Yeah,
Korean. There you go.
He lives in the UK, and hence the name Ben Grady. But yeah, he does have a Korean heritage.
Okay. Okay, is Kaçi tempted with a combination or a carom here, or does he see something else? Looks like he's playing the carom. 9-ball middle pocket and 2-ball safe. He did try it. He knew he was always going to get the 2-ball safe, so it was a free shot. Nothing wrong with that. Never easy, those caroms, when you know, the object ball's quite away from the pocket. But like I said, it was a shot to nothing, and Nguyen's in a bit of trouble, going airborne. Probably stops the cue ball right there, sends the 2 up table. Could try and get cue and get it behind the 8-4, and he's played that quite nicely. And he's not even left Kaçi a jump shot. Quite a tough kick shot here.
Yeah, the gap was left, wasn't it, between 3 balls, but then the 9 came to Nguyen's assistance.
Can he see the edge of this? No, he can't, can he? I think he has to go 1, 2, 3 rails just before the side pocket with spin, or 1 rail, or... Is he actually going for a jump? He must be able to see a slight edge of this 2-ball if he's going for the jump. Yeah, because there's no way he's jumping over the 9, so he must be able to see a slither of this 2-ball. Oh, he's going off the rail. Yeah, okay. He was in a tough spot there. And Nguyen has a chance to try and get back to 6-4. I think the 4-8 presents itself with a combination. Hasn't been at the table, so might be a little bit cold. Yeah, he wants to be on the right side of the 3 here to get on the 4-8. Okay, can just play 1 rail, follow. Okay, he's made it a little bit tougher than he wanted. Now he's going to have to negotiate the cue ball off 2 long rails. long rail to get position on the pink 4 again. I would have liked to be straighter on this combination. And he has to negotiate the 5 ball. Okay, he spun that in with left hand spin. Very nice shot.
The way things have been going, you have to believe he must capitalise on this chance.
Yeah, he looks up for the task. Ooh, I spoke too soon. A little bit of quick one there. You could see on his backswing, it's very quick. You can't do that against Eklent Kaçi. He's just going to get stronger and stronger. And he's got to use the short rail again here, and he knows it's going to bounce, so now, yeah, he's got the speed of the table down now. That's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's not just the bounce, it's also the speed of the cloth, which is definitely quicker than it was yesterday.
It's quite a skill because it's going into those short rails, and it's coming off at a faster pace, so not easy to judge at all. I'm definitely going to have a word with Marcel after this, see if the engineers can do something.
Well, it looks as though Eklent Kaçi is about to engineer a win that keeps him in the tournament. He leads by 7 racks to 3, that after being 3-1 behind. So, in this race to 8 on the loser's side, Kaçi's on the hill. As for losers round 1, the amount of matches there dwindling down fast. I can tell you Rico Herman from Indonesia has just beaten Nguyen Van Zung 8-7. Lu Van Viet and Nguyen Hao Lin are hill 7-7. And that is your lot for that round. So then all of the attention falls onto losers round 2. Sharon Shakaran from Singapore has beaten Pham Dang Kai 8-1. And on table 2, if you want to see that, it's available on the Matchroom Multisport YouTube channel. Aloysius Schaap, as expected, has made a good start against Luong Van Nam. He leads 3-0. Make that 4-0 now to Yap.
That's probably the worst shot after the break Kaçi's had in a while. I mean, he does have a shot and he's very close to the object ball, but no obvious pocket. Does he take the 7? 2-7? No, I like playing safe here. I mean, if it was hanging the 7, yes, then go for it, but it's like a couple of inches away from the pocket, so not easy to judge. I expect Kaçi to play safe here. Maybe roll in behind the purple 5. Yeah, that's what he's done. Nearly made the 7 unintentionally. He knew it was going in that vicinity, but didn't expect to make it. This is a must hit for Nguyen, and it's a good hit. Yeah, very nicely done. They do say that the Vietnamese players are very good using the rails. They're very good kickers of the balls. And proof was in the pudding there. He's got to conjure up a safety here. No real attacking shot unless he wants to go into the 7 with the cue ball. But he'll probably lose the 2 ball. I like the safety, yeah. Just maybe put it on the back rail behind the 9. Yeah, well, he was greedy there. He went for the 7, and that can always happen. The cue ball can follow it in.
As he took the white out of the pocket, you could see the disgust he was feeling.
See, the 7's quite deep in the pocket there, so any contact, your cue balls, you know, got a great chance of following it in.
Well, Nguyen wasted a wonderful chance in the previous rack. Now he's at the point of no return, cannot afford any more of those mistakes. I can tell you our next match, by the way, and it features a wonderful talent from Poland, Victor Zielinski. Surprisingly on the one-loss side as well, much like Kaçi. He takes on Hien.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a couple of matches to get used to the equipment, the surroundings, the arena. I don't care who you are, you just can't go from tournament to tournament playing perfect. You have to make the adjustments.
Has a tendency, did so on the green 6 ball, and again there on the 8, of dropping that right shoulder.
Oh, I didn't know this.
So, finally, the run of Eklent Kaçi domination is ended. It was 6 racks on the trot, but maybe when Hien has something left in the locker. It's 7-4. Kaçi went for broke there. Scratched, despite completing the carom. And after that, Nguyen won. And this is one of the reasons I absolutely love the winner breaks format. No match is ever under lock and key until the last ball goes in. Strange things can happen. A golden break here, or a little bit of luck, leaving a nice combo on early, and suddenly it's match on again.
Yeah, we love the comebacks with the winner breaks format. That's what's so exciting about it. Alternate break is fine as well, but you wouldn't see as many comebacks, would you? I'm a big fan of the winner breaks, and that's how 9-ball pool was actually designed to be played, you know. Big packages, 5 racks, 6 racks, it's all a spectacular show.
Exactly. It's all about entertainment. It's all about leaving that possibility that a match could be retrieved from well behind. It's about leaving that possibility that a match could be totally dominated.
And more so back in the day when it was old school pool, you know, we had slightly bigger pockets and there was packages galore. 6-pack, 7-pack, then the opponent would come back with a 5-pack. It was dramatic stuff. Oh, great shot there. Very nice safety. But an easy reply here, I think. One rail kick. Send the one ball somewhere towards that middle pocket. And we call this a kick and stick. Cue ball should ideally stop there. Caught it thin. Is he going to get lucky? Yeah, he is.
You might have heard the official there announcing that Kaçi has taken his 30-second extension. That's when extensions should be used, when you've got a shot of multiple choice and quite obvious complexity.
Yeah, not easy by any means, this shot. I think he's gonna try and hit this full ball like one rail and try and get some separation. It was a good hit. Caught it on the nose, sent it right down table, and has returned the favour. Nguyen's in a bit of trouble here. Looks like it. Don't think he can get to the potting angle. Yeah, nice full ball hit there. Okay, could just see the edge. Has played a safety, but I think he's left a little window. Or has he?
Yeah, I think the edge might just be there.
He's going to jump this, yeah, so he's got him full ball. Ideally wants to leave the cue ball somewhere down there. Oh, the one ball clips the two and sets up nicely for Nguyen. Okay, he's got the 1 and 2. No obvious pocket for the red 3 at the moment. Might have to manufacture something unless it goes in the side. Yeah, he's looking at the 3 ball in the side, and you can't take your eye off these middle pockets. They're very, very tight. So would have to come out with a good shot on the 3 ball to get onto the 4. I've seen a lot of middle pocket shots missed today.
Yeah, this will need all the cueing. The tendency, if you're a little nervous, is to hit it marginally too thin, and if you hit that near jaw, you are toast.
Absolutely, yeah. You've got to aim for the far jaw, but even if you aim for the far jaw in these pockets, it still bounces out. You've got to kind of hit middle pocket. Yeah, that was good. Does the 5 pass? Oh, he's played it into the centre. That's a good positional shot. See if he can win this, then breaks and runs out. There's only 1 rack in it, so not over by any stretch. I think has he got there? Just about, I think, yeah.
The body language, well, it's non-committal.
Maybe he's just underdone it, or he has to play it with a lot of spin. Yeah, he was never on it, and he's left a gap here.
That should be end of match, and Nguyen Hien knows it.
Yeah, perfect position there from Kaçi. Now can just draw this back or use the long rail, play the 7 in the corner, and thank you very much. It's dinner time for me.
Just a grain of doubt about this 7 ball, cutting back into a slightly blind pocket.
Yeah, and he has to negotiate the short rail, so but if I had to bet, he's going to run out here, no problem.
And it looks like you were right, because at 3-1 you boldly said, I don't think Nguyen Hien will get to 6. And right now he's marooned on 4.
Yeah, I could just see by the unforced errors. He wasn't a seasoned campaigner, if you like.
Kaçi is, though, and he's got this 9 ball to advance. That was, under testing circumstances, a much better performance than yesterday. And so Eklent Kaçi, yes, he's on the 1-loss side, but he remains very much in contention in the hunt for this Hanoi Open title. He wins, he doubles up on Nguyen Hien, winning by 8 racks to 4. Thank you very much, Imran, for being with us for that guest appearance. Hope to see you on the main table maybe later on this week if you can come through winners qualification tomorrow.
Thanks a lot, Phil. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Until next time, guys. Ciao for now.
But there is more pool to come. It's coming your way in around 5 minutes' time. One more match on the loser's side. Match 6 of the day. Here, centre stage in the capital city of Vietnam, which is hosting the Mansion Sports Hanoi Open of 2024.